On the 17th of March 2020, the President of our nation announced the first state of public emergency pertaining to the COVID-19 pandemic. From that very day, our nation's educational sector has been very deeply affected.
The major constraint was the collection of fees in order to be able to maintain staff salary. Nonetheless, I must commend the employers. They've been doing very well. From March to date, all staff members have been getting their salary full. Nobody had missed even a single butut from their payment. So they've been doing very well for us. We appreciate that so much. Well, of course, when the lockdown was announced, we had to wait about for 2 or 3 weeks to put our heads together to know what to do. And when we came, then we started to initiate an e-learning classes online, which of course proved very, very useful. We were very much impressed. And I saw most of the parents that also spoke to us, the feedback we had from them, from the board members also was that the online classes were very effective.
I'd like to know the measures the school administration has put forth as far as preventing the students and protecting the students goes, because we've heard that there's been a second surge or a second wave of COVID-19 in other countries. God forbid the same thing happens in our country. But what measures have you put forth to ensure that the students are going to be in the safest of environments out here?
May God forbid that we have a second round of COVID-19 pandemic. Anyway, however, if you were entering, you see, we encouraging a lot of hand washing because this is one of the major, tool you can use to be able to contain and fight against COVID-19. Frequent washing of hands with soap and water. We are doing it, observing it for every student and parent or any individual that enters. I instructed the gatemen and the people there that they must ensure that everybody that comes in washes their hands clean with running water and soap. And nobody also is allowed to enter the compound without a face mask. And we also have our thermometers there for testing everybody's temperature. And we also have our materials where the names of all the students in all the classes are written down. And personnel will be seated there every morning for the students coming. Your temperature will be taken and noted down. And then if there is abnormality in your temperature, then we will, set you aside and try to see what we can do with you. Of course, we consult the authorities.
Well, it was not an easy time for all of us. Though the ministry intervened and helped us with the online lectures, that has helped a lot. But when they announced that the grade 9s were supposed to have their exams, and when we came back, it was really, really tough because classes that were supposed to take up to 50 were split into 2. That gives us each class 25 students. So it was much workload was given to the teachers, because if you were supposed to take 20 periods, you were supposed to stretch yourself up to 24 periods. Not only that, we also had to go extra mile to organize PM classes for our students. So we were closing here every day by 4 p.m. It was not an easy work for us. It was a difficult journey, but mashallah, we did well.
There is a lot of constraints during this period. You can see that the closure of schools was very prompt, and a lot of teachers did not even complete their syllabus, and the grade 9s were also supposed to write to their exams, and they did not also finish their syllabus. So it has posed a lot of constraints, a lot of problems during this period. Most of the students also, they were at home. They become very boring. The sitting was very boring at home. They were not doing anything. So it was a serious problem, definitely, during this period.
The constraints and complications that students and teachers alike faced during the 7 long months they had to learn and teach from home varied. But according to the students, they couldn't be happier to be back with their classmates and tutors, with some of them even joking that they missed the melodious sound of their school bells.
It was very difficult, but through studies and some help of our parents and some of our brothers at home. We were able to cope. It was not easy at all. It was tough, but thank God we are back.
I'm just feeling so very extraordinary, very happy. We were sitting at home for so many times. We lost a lot of things. It was like we lost so many things, but we still have that confidence on our teachers that we can still make what our fellow students made so far. Yeah.
Yeah, we have been studying so hard so that we can recover our works, so that when we come, so that it will be very easy for us.
It was cool, but it's also boring because we do not have education from the teachers, and sometimes it's so difficult to understand.
To me, it's a great thing, like, because for 7 months I was sitting at home, though I was going for studies, but the syllabus, I haven't covered all the syllabus. I was studying, but not really good, like the way the teachers were explaining to me in the class, the way I was understanding, and now.
The Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, in a press release published on Monday, disclosed the number of students nationwide with aggregate 6 by school and gender for grade 9 students. St. Teresa's Upper Basic School emerged first in the nation with 5 of their students bagging the very much sought aggregate 6. And Ndaus Comprehensive Upper Basic School came in second with 3 of their students emerging with aggregate 6. When asked how they managed to do it despite this year's complications, this is what some of the students had to say.
I'm feeling really happy. I'm just feeling excited to take my results to my mom and then show it to her. She'll be really happy.
I'm feeling very happy and delighted. Like it was always my dream to have aggregate 6. So though since I was in grade 7, I never got 6. I always have 7. So it was my dream to have 6 during the KBC exam. Yeah. Like our teachers were always very supportive. They were conducting an e-learning. They always give us assignments, and there's a teacher here, currently the vice principal. We were going to her house for studies, but during the pandemic we were at home, but she always encouraged us. She would give us assignments to do, she always asked us to study and read our notes, especially grade 7 and 8, so that whenever the exams are conducted, we'll come out with flying colors.
Reporting for the Fatu Network's News Review, I am Mudi Wangom.